If your company is based on Earth, your family, your coworkers, and their families must reside here too. It's a wonderful place to live, work, and play. Your customers may also live here, as do their families, friends, and neighbors. There is a majesty and beauty beyond description where you live. No matter what walk of life, regardless of race, religion, or nationality, people prefer clean water, pure air, fertile fields, and scenic landscapes. But look again. In some corners of the globe that we rarely see, there are shameful examples of disregard for people in other countries, as waste electronics from developed nations foul the air, land, and water of underdeveloped nations. Right now, in many Asia and African countries, migrant workers are paid pennies to crack open and sort the parts of monitors and circuit boards, exposing themselves to toxic metals like lead, mercury, and cadmium. They burn PVC cables to extract copper, poisoning the air. They dip circuit boards and chips in acid to recover small amounts of gold, inhaling the fumes and dumping the acid into any nearby water source. There's demand here, and believe it or not, recyclers provide the supply. And the electronics they supply are coming from American companies. Companies that outsourced their electronic waste to recyclers. So if the electronics were recycled, how did they wind up here? Because the meaning of the word recycling can be broadly construed to mean whatever unscrupulous people want it to mean. And to an overwhelming majority of recyclers, it means green, long green, money. Their recycling claims camouflage their sham solutions, selling off your waste electronics to the highest bidders, directly or indirectly through third and fourth parties. The temptation to sell out is strong and pervasive.
You get paid to pick it up, and you get paid by people who want to take it away.
There's no wonder the term recycling has begun to lose its meaning. Watching this footage, you may be wondering where your company's electronics have gone. And if you don't know where your assets have gone, then it's entirely possible it could be in any of these or countless other locations. If you're not certain where your electronics went, your asset tags may be found in a third world disaster. Your employee or customer data may be harvested by criminal enterprises operating outside the U.S. If you have to wonder, it's because the recycler your company used did not provide a clearly verifiable accounting of the ultimate disposition of all your electronics. It can be tempting to take the lowest bid, but the real reason a recycler can quote a lower price is because they aren't bearing the cost of legitimately regenerating your waste back into raw materials. The significant long-term corporate risks are just not worth the short-term benefit. First, imagine the regulatory consequences, the financial liabilities. Picture yourself explaining how your electronics inflicted such harm to your family, your children, your grandchildren. Imagine having to explain to your customers. To a well-intentioned CFO, recycling means outsourcing to a recycling company that submits the lowest bid. But contacting a recycler is only a first step toward responsible IT asset management practices. Unless a company holds its vendors and their downstream handlers accountable for disposing of their electronic assets properly, they expose their company and our ecosystem to irreparable harm. Companies that can't afford to risk their brand value know better. For them, recycling means looking beyond the monetary price to ascertain the ultimate disposition of every piece of equipment that leaves their doors. That's why some of America's best-known brands trust ECS Refining. As more and more recyclers bent the rules and lowered their standards, ECS Refining saw the need to raise the bar, sending a beacon of integrity to shine on an industry beset with charlatans. Since 1980, ECS Refining has developed a strictly refined process for recycling integrity. So exacting are their procedures and guarantees, ECS Refining cannot describe it with the same noun used by unscrupulous waste traders. ECS Refining proudly introduces The Regenesis process. The complete regeneration of electronic waste products back into raw materials for manufacturing. Our Regenesis guarantee means nothing leaves our hands until it's been completely regenerated back into raw materials. The Regenesis process leaves absolutely no possibility for lies, lapses, or surprises because all of your assets remain in our hands. You can witness the entire process. Regenesis saves energy and natural resources. Every pound of steel, copper, or aluminum, every ounce of silver or gold that we refine represents hundreds or thousands of yards of U.S. soil that don't need to be mined, bulldozed, or smelted. It represents barrels of foreign oil that we don't need to buy. Regenesis saves your brand value. Headlines shouting corporate compliance violations, environmental damages, or simple images of children in third world poverty smashing apart a device with one of your asset tags attached can produce an avalanche of customer outrage that no company can afford. Regenesis will save your company from defending your choice of the lowest bidder to your board of directors, the government, reporters, your customers, or a jury. Regenesis is your company's optimal solution. It's simple and secure. Raw materials can no longer hold personal or private data. Zero. Raw materials are far too valuable to dump in landfills or third world countries. Regenesis leaves no room for misrepresentation or misunderstanding. Since your assets never leave our hands until they're rendered to raw materials, it's not complicated. You can easily verify the ultimate disposition of your equipment. You will know with absolute certainty that all of your risks have been satisfactorily eliminated when we are finished. You can rely on Regenesis as your company's optimal solution for electronic waste disposal. ECS Refining, protecting you, your company, your future since 1980.